everyone. It's been quite a day and wow. So I already did a video yesterday about Aaron Carter and how he went ahead and called TMZ and asked them to show up, and he's been doing all of these interviews on YouTube, and he's been constantly live streaming on his Instagram, and he's been doing a lot of kind of very manic type things or maybe drug induced behaviors. And I happened to catch one of his lives last night, not even on purpose, kind of by accident, because he goes live so frequently, you guys, that sometimes it's hard to catch him online. And last night was an interesting one. He actually was on with a fan. He brought someone on who was talking to him about how they felt like he was going on and on and on and on about how he's so big right now. He has so much exposure. He has so many people that are in his life right now that are like amazing, and he's the best thing. Everyone's talking about him. He has so much exposure. He's the biggest thing in music. Everybody loves him. He's going to do all of this amazing stuff. And people were commenting and being like, it's not like you're not getting exposure for the right reasons. Like, people aren't paying attention to you because of your music. Like, you need help. And as more and more people started saying this, one woman named Lauren said, he was talking about how his comeback, and she said, dude, your comeback is about as amazing as Britney Spears in 2007. Now, I reached out to Lauren, and she's going to join us after this, after I play this video for you to tell you what happened. But she told me before we went live that she had been trying to comment to him for days in a very positive and an uplifting way. And sadly, he wouldn't respond. And so she made that comment because he was only responding to negative responses. And he saw that, and then he demanded that she go live with him. And this is what happened. So I'll play this for you, and then I'm going to bring Lauren on to tell you what happened. And it's going to have some not so nice language, FYI.
That's disrespect. She's probably watching this, you stupid ass. Come on live with me, Lauren. In front of 1,600 people. I bet you won't, because you're a little bitch. You're a little troll, and trolls hiding under little bridges. And you'll probably come on showing your roof. Fucking little fucking bitch. Waiting for you. Where you at? Because I'm crazy? Fuck you, you're crazy. All y'all crazy. We're all crazy. Fuck everybody. I'm having a Britney moment. I'm having an Aaron moment. I'm having a fucking moment. Oh yeah, you know what my moment is? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and pay attention to my music. What are you here for? What are you here for? What do you want? Can I help you? I need to go to a meeting? No, I don't. Can I help you?
You are pretty crazy, bro.
Bro, can I help you, bro?
You're pretty crazy.
Oh, why is that?
Because, you've lost it. Putting all your personal drama on social media.
What personal drama are you paying attention to, you troll?
I'm not a troll.
Look at you, hiding in the dark. Trolls hide in the dark.
Dude, I'm watching TV.
Well, then show your face.
Show my face? Okay, let me show on the light.
Because you a fucking troll.
Dude, I'm not a troll.
You are a troll. You don't fucking... Let me
whenever I was a fucking kid.
One, you came to my Instagram.
Yeah, I did.
Two, I requested to go live with you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you something right now.
Go ahead.
Fuck you. Suck my dick, bitch. Don't ever fucking talk to me and disrespect me like that. Alright? And if I did have mental health issues, you have a problem yourself. So go get some help, because your eyes, by the way, your eyes in the light are super dilated. And you know what that means? That means you're on some sort of speed or something. So you should probably go get some fucking help and not judge somebody and judge a book by its cover, because you don't fucking know me. Alright? I'm a good person. I fucking saved my mother's life. Was Nick there? Why? How come I don't get a fucking pat on the back from you?
I don't support Nick either.
Do you not care?
Personal drama
Do you not care? Do you not fucking care?
Dude, you're
Hey, you know what, Aaron? Good job.
looking.
Hey, wait, how about a good job, Aaron, for saving your mother's life? Isn't that commendable?
That's not even about this.
No. Then
Dude,
what is
you
it about?
put all your
Why
personal
can't it be
drama
about
on
that?
social media,
Why
and
are you
it's
trying? I can do
stupid.
whatever I want. It's my life, not yours.
But
So
you're
fuck
just
off.
looking for
Hey,
more
hey, listen. Out of this whole conversation, you know what I fucking like about you the most, though, honestly?
What?
No.
Well, fuck you.
Bitch, suck my dick. Whoa, it's embarrassing. Oh, I'm thinking about Greg. Oh, who gives a fuck? I don't care. I don't have to do anything you guys are telling me to do. Don't you get that? Fuck you. I'm gonna have to watch a lot of people are gonna fucking love me because of it. She was so irrelevant. Boom. Bye, Lauren.
So, yeah, that really happened. So, basically, right before this happened, he was going off about, I don't know, trolls and being trolled and all this kind of good stuff. And I want to also tell you that he had been taking bong hits online. So he was stoned. And I was like shocked when I was watching this because, to be honest, almost everyone that was in comments was saying exactly what she was saying. It was like, get help, like get offline, stop putting this stuff online. And for some reason he like singled her out and was like going off on her, and everyone was like super upset about it. And like, as you can see in the comments, they were like saying like, wow, I can't believe this girl, like good girl, blah blah blah. Anyway, so now I'm gonna bring Lauren on, so let me get her here. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to my channel. I gotta move my camera here so I'm not there. So last night's Aaron Carter stream was
interesting.
Yeah. So tell me how that all went. Yeah, all of my chatters are saying, Lauren, we got you, girl. We got you. So tell me how this all went down.
So it was a typical Sunday night. I was watching TV. I was on Instagram. And I've been following Aaron Carter for a very, very long time. Well, then I followed him a lot, because he's been living a lot the last few days. So I've been watching those lives. And I always post positive things, or I'll say a nice comment or whatever. And I've noticed he only replies to the negative comments.
Right.
And me, naturally, I'm a sarcastic person.
Yeah.
So my comment, a lot of people say it's uncalled for, it wasn't right, and they're probably right.
Yeah.
But I made a comment to see if he would even respond, because he was responding to so much negativity.
Yeah.
I intended to tell him it was a joke. Yeah. And that I was just kidding, and I wanted to tell him to stop posting his personal stuff on live and just go live your life and create beautiful music.
Right. And get help.
And that backfired.
Yeah. Yeah. So he obviously you triggered him by saying that it was like Britney Spears' 2007 meltdown, which I think I told you before we went online that this is probably worse. I mean, she wasn't right. She wasn't Instagramming. She wasn't putting this all on. I mean, this was before Instagram was big, before Facebook was big. And so all of Britney's stuff was caught through paparazzi and photos and like TMZ. And so Aaron's is like magnified because he is literally on Instagram 24 hours a day.
Yes. Like, it's like, when do you sleep, bro? Like,
right.
When do you sleep?
Right. Right. And so you've been a fan.
But I wasn't trolling.
Yeah.
And that's what I think people don't understand. I wasn't trolling, but I knew that if I said something drastic,
right,
it would get his attention so I could try to talk to him. But that didn't work because he didn't let me get a word in edgewise.
No. He didn't want to hear anything that you had to say.
And then later, in the same evening, I don't know if you saw it or not, he calls me back on live and tries to make fun of me. And then whenever I try to defend myself, he hangs up.
He called you a second time?
Yes. But he did not post that live to be saved. But he was asking me like, oh, were you giggling and farting a little whenever I called? And I said, well, yeah, I was laughing. I'm like, is this for real? And then he tries to make it a joke. And I couldn't say anything because he wouldn't let me get a word in.
And
and then he hangs up.
It's weird because, like, I've seen him call random people, and it's not like he's never been that hostile. Like,
yeah, like, I guess I triggered him or something because he went ballistic.
Yeah.
But, like, for the record, I have mental, like, illnesses, too. I have anxiety. I have depression.
Yeah.
I'm a mom of 2 kids, and I stay home. Like, I get it.
Right.
But there's no need to go off on someone like that.
No. And I think a lot of fans like you, who have been fans of his for a long time, are trying to get him to, like, see you by saying, like, dude, you need help. Like, please, get help. And then if you tell him that, or if you say that to him, or say, like, get off social media, don't, you need help, please get help, he immediately calls that person a troll. Yeah. And so then the only people he ends up wanting to talk to are the ones that are his stans that are like, you're so amazing, I love you, Aaron, which is then feeding his ego. And
exactly. And it's not making him realize that he needs help.
No.
And that he's in a manic state.
Right.
They're feeding into his delusion.
He's delusional right now.
Yes.
He's got this grandiose sense of self, because even after, like, he's going off on you, like, suck my, and, like, I'm like, he goes, what is, the one thing I like about you the most? Nothing. And then he hangs up on you. It's like,
exactly.
He pulled you online simply to, like, make himself feel better, to, like, tear you down to make him lift himself up, and then to, like, show off to his fans of how hard he was.
Yeah, well, and he wants to be this advocate for women, the Me Too movement, all of those things. But then he can sit there, and it doesn't matter what I said.
No.
You don't speak to another human being, not just woman, human being like that.
Right.
It's not right. It tears them down when they're, like, it doesn't do anything good.
Right, no. And admittedly, you probably could have said,
I could have said something differently.
Yes.
I will admit I was wrong. My comment was a little over the top.
Right.
But but no one knows me. I am a very sarcastic person, and I have a silly sense of humor. And so, I didn't think it was going to be taken so harshly, because there have been worse things said, and he has not reacted that badly.
No.
But I feel like it's because it hit home.
Well, I think it's Britney, right? Like, there's that connection to Britney. There's that...
From Disney and all that.
Yeah, through Disney and through that same time period. And that her meltdown was so enormous, right? Like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's still in a conservatorship because of it. And clearly it hit a nerve with him, and you could have handled it differently. But at the same time, online, we never know context. We never know what people are thinking. We don't know where people are coming from. And is it really appropriate for him to berate someone in that way, especially a female, with those types of suck my D-I-C-K, and being very misogynistic and sexist and demeaning when someone is trying to speak and you can't even get a word in edgewise, and then he does that to solely humiliate you. So how is that behavior really any different than what he's accusing his brother of.
Exactly, and his late sister.
Right.
Right. He accused her of raping him too, and it's like, be the change, don't be the same.
Yeah.
I understand that you can be a product of your raising, but at the same time, be better than that. You have a platform, use it for good, and be good always.
Right.
Because everyone can see everything.
And I don't think he's even, as much as I want to...
All he talks about on his lives is his money.
Right.
And you really wonder if he really has that much, but I'm not even going to get into that one. But, all he talks about is his money. Why not go donate your time to do a good cause if you have this much time on your hands to be on Instagram Live?
Right. Well, why don't you, if you really do care about women, why are you, use that time and energy to help those victims, or to help the women that you believe that your brother hurt, or go to a women's shelter and do that kind of stuff. But instead, he's using this platform to, last week he's a champion for women. Last night he's going off on women. And it's pretty clear that if you don't agree with him, you're a troll. And if you want to get him to see that he needs help, you're wrong. And you don't know. It's concerning on a lot of different levels. And I give you a lot of props for speaking out to him. I mean, a lot of people were cheering you on last night because you were saying what a lot of people were thinking. And sadly, he clearly doesn't want to hear it. So
exactly. Well, and the thing is like, I think the reason I got so upset in the very beginning of the video is before I even answer his live, he's like, this troll, they're not going to answer. They're just going to show the ceiling. They're not going to show their face. And at first I wasn't going to answer because I didn't want to deal with it. But then whenever he said, oh, they're not going to even show their face, I was like, instantly, no, I'm done. I'm done with the BS. Let's call it how it is.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't even let me get in a word.
No, he just wanted to humiliate you.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Well, I appreciate you talking with me and sharing with me, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You obviously learned the hard way not to trigger him, I guess, and hopefully this video will show the side that he was getting really amped up with how many people were online. Well, this will hopefully show even more people how he acted last night.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye, Lauren.
Bye.
All right, you guys. So when I caught the whole thing online, obviously, it was pretty shocking. And there's been a lot of stuff going on like this where he is going off on people or screaming at people, inviting fans into his house. And, well, it's one reason you want to rally around someone that's going through something. I think we also need to remember that being ill or on drugs, it does not give you an excuse to be mean to other people or to humiliate other people or to call people names. There's even a video right now that's making its rounds on Twitter right now of a clip of him in the last couple days saying the N-word while he's on Instagram Live. So he's saying the N-word, he's berating women, telling them to suck his DICK. He is talking about how Brady is. If anyone asks him to get help, they are terrible, horrible people. So I think we need to, even if he's angry with his family and calling them out, and maybe Nick isn't perfect and all of that, but at the same time, he's clearly unhinged and going after anyone for anything. So anything that he's saying at all at this point should just be taken with a grain of salt. I'm really disenchanted to see him acting like that to a woman, and that's why really I reached out to her, because even if what she said wasn't okay, and I said to her, like, why would you say crazy? And she said, it's not like you're crazy, it's more like you're crazy, bro. Like, you're being like, when somebody is just not acting right. Not the best choice of words, but at the same time, what a lot of people were thinking. and really just encouraging him not to be online so much, which obviously didn't make him happy. So I thought I'd do something different and bring her on and get her side of the story, and hopefully that will help answer some of the questions to the people that watched that live stream so they can see, what it was like and who it was and what was going on. But I don't think anyone, even if somebody's coming at you like that, is appropriate to speak like that to anyone. Even if someone's giving me negative comments, as hard as it is, I try to bite my tongue. Sometimes I get a little snappy, but I've never, ever spoken like that to someone, like a fan. And the more attention he's getting for this, the more escalating he's becoming. And I feel like his delusions of this self-importance and the thoughts of how he's so big, he literally thinks all of this attention now is gonna make him the biggest musician ever, not realizing that people are paying attention not because of his music but because of how he's behaving. And that's the issue, is in his mind, negative attention is still attention. And that's the part of this that's concerning to me. And again, the other part is, just because you're having a breakdown doesn't mean it's an excuse to act like a misogynistic, sexist, racist, right? So we'll keep tracking the story and see what happens, but I wanted to show you that. And the way that he's acting right now is definitely not okay. I'm not okay with it. He's going to end up burning more bridges. And I think the longer this goes on and the more and more he doesn't get help, or the more and more he pushes away people, it's going to end up blowing up in his face. He might be getting attention, but it's not the right kind of attention. And I know he won't watch this, but I really do hope he does get help. And I really hope that he realizes that humiliating anyone in that respect is never okay. Even if the comment she made him mad or triggered him, using his platform to humiliate someone in front of thousands of people is not okay. And I just wanted to speak up for her and give her a chance to talk. Let me know what your thoughts are after watching the video, and I'm be back in a little bit with more. Bye, guys.